8 actors we lost far too soon. Hollywood loves the young and beautiful, and it's easy to think of our favorite stars as being immortal up on the big screen. Sadly, that isn't the case, and a number of actors have given us sobering reminders of just how fragile life can be. Here are 8 examples of talented performers we lost far too soon. Paul Walker. An action movie veteran who served as a cornerstone of the Fast and the Furious franchise, Paul Walker had broader ambitions beyond starring in your average action flick. He branched out with projects like the Hurricane Katrina-inspired Hours and the ensemble comedy Pawn Shop Chronicles. There's really no telling what he might have been able to accomplish if he'd survived the tragic car crash that took his life at the age of 40 in November 2013. Heath Ledger. He may have gotten his start on Australian television, but the first glimpse of Heath Ledger's gifts for worldwide audiences came courtesy of the 1999 teen comedy 10 Things I Hate About You. Ledger's work as the brooding teen Patrick Verona, while certainly one of the movie's highlights, didn't really hint at the depth of his talent, which was only exposed after he shrugged off his shot at Hollywood hunkdom in favor of taking on more challenging parts in pictures like Monsters Ball and Brokeback Mountain. For many, Ledger's defining role came as the Joker in The Dark Knight, which netted him a Best Supporting Actor Oscar after his shocking death of an accidental prescription drug overdose in early 2008. Only 28 when he died, Ledger would certainly have gone on to even greater things. Bruce Lee. Martial arts legend Bruce Lee made some of the best-loved kung fu movies of all time, and he seemed like he was only getting started. But in 1973, at the age of 32, he died of brain swelling, denying the world his gifts. The Lee family's tragic history continued in 1993, when Lee's son Brandon was accidentally shot and killed while filming a scene during production on The Crow. Just 28 when he died, Brandon might have taken his father's legacy even further. Instead, his death added another dark chapter to an already grim story. Skye McCole Bartusiak. Though she isn't anywhere as well known as some of the other names on this list, Skye McCole Bartusiak compiled an incredible repertoire of credits during her too brief career. A mere 7 years old when she booked a role in The Cider House Rules, Bartusiak went on to star alongside such famous names as Mel Gibson in The Patriot, Michael Douglas in Don't Say a Word, and Hilary Swank in a stage adaptation of The Miracle Worker. Along the way, she also appeared in a supporting role on 24 and was nominated 3 times for a Young Artist Award. She was only 21 when she succumbed to an accidental drug overdose in 2014. River Phoenix. Getting his acting start at the tender age of 10, River Phoenix quickly found fame through memorable appearances in 80s movies like Stand By Me and Explorers. Tempted with teen idol status, Phoenix mostly avoided paycheck roles, focusing instead on roles in films like The Mosquito Coast, Little Nikita, and Running on Empty. But while he led a serious actor's life on the big screen, his personal affairs were sadly far more stereotypical for young Hollywood. His dangerous habits caught up with him in the fall of 1993, when the 23-year-old Phoenix collapsed outside a Los Angeles club after overdosing on multiple drugs. John Belushi. Part of what audiences loved about comic actor John Belushi during his breakout years on Saturday Night Live was his wild, untamable image. While that manic, outsized energy was great for SNL and movies like Animal House, it was only part of a lifestyle that was far too intense to last. As Belushi's stardom continued to rise with 1980s Blues Brothers and a host of planned projects that would have highlighted his dramatic range, his chemical indulgences continued to worsen. Despite the best efforts of friends and loved ones concerned for his well-being, Belushi succumbed to a drug overdose in March of 1982 at the age of 33. Chris Farley. His infectious energy and ample girth provoked plenty of John Belushi comparisons after Chris Farley joined the cast of Saturday Night Live in the spring of 1990. Sadly, the two stars also shared similarities off-screen, and like Belushi, Farley's SNL tenure was shadowed by concerns for his long-term health. In spite of his personal demons, Farley branched out into a promising film career that included the 1995 cult classic Tommy Boy, but after he was fired from SNL the same year. He never really came close to achieving his potential. Like Belushi, Farley was only 33 at his time of death, the sad result of a drug overdose in December 1997. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Arguably one of the greatest actors of his generation, Philip Seymour Hoffman carved out a solid niche for himself as one of Hollywood's that guy supporting players. Eventually, Hoffman got a leg up from director Paul Thomas Anderson, who cast him in a series of productions starting with 1996's Hard Eight. As his profile rose, Hoffman bounced between art house dramas, mainstream comedies, and even blockbuster action pictures like Mission Impossible 3 and the Hunger Games franchise. Sadly, he also struggled with substance abuse. After more than 20 years of sobriety, he relapsed in 2013, overdosing on a mixture of drugs early the following year at the age of 46. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more videos like the one you just saw. And leave us a comment to let us know what other actors you loved that were lost far too soon.